The original Guild Wars was created some 4 years ago, and we've done 4 games on it and told a story in the land of Tyria. Guild Wars 2 takes place 250 years later, and in the time between the events of the first game and the events of the second game, the dragons have awoken. They are elder, powerful, elemental forces which are destroying the world. In order to defeat them, the races must come together. The races have all advanced about 250 years. The Char, which is a race well known from our original Guild Wars, have overthrown their old religious leaders, for example, and become a supreme military technology civilization. The Asura, which came up from below, the short little guys, have really developed their civilization on the surface to this beautiful magical technology with golems and gates and everything. The Silvari have awoken, which is a plant-like race, which is new to this world and feel that it's their destiny to fight the dragons. The Norn have been driven from their northern homelands by the dragons and now are settling up in their own lands, and the humans finally have been pushed back on all sides. They're an embattled race. In the original Guild Wars, the humans ruled, and they were fighting these other races. In the 250 years since then, they've been losing more and more ground, till finally they have just a few cities left.
We constantly have as a goal to portray the races in depth and not have them come across as unidimensional and shallow. We have one of the most powerful concepting teams in the industry, so there is really never a shortage of ideas. It's rather the other way around.
We have a really iterative process where a lot of people come in and throw ideas together, and from that we grow the story. We didn't start and say, here is the story, and we're lockstepping every step of the way. We're basically coming up with our original tale, and then as the game grows, as the mechanics grow, as the concept art comes in, we start modifying, we start changing. We get a beautiful piece of concept art. Where can we use it? How can we use it? How does it support our central theme for the story itself? So there are pieces here that you've seen that came along 3 months, 6 months, a year after we began the process, and we say, oh my God, we've got to use this.
We really made it a primary goal to make the most of our environments, the movement of the terrain, the flow of the landscape. These are all valuable tools in manipulating the player's emotions.
It gives us a very rich base to work from. While we say the main story, we have the core central tree of the story is through the dragons, is the threat of the dragons to the world. As we discover more about the races, as we discover more about the places, other stories come forward. The humans against the centaurs, the Char against their former religious shaman class that used to run things back in the days of Guild Wars prophecies. All of this, as we develop the art, as we develop the story behind it, they become other stories, and it gives us a very rich world. Not every task goes back to dragons, but the important tasks will come back to dragons. So it gives us a depth for your player experience. We haven't announced a beta date or a release date yet, but we are industriously working our way through it, and it will be coming, and we're very excited about it.